Howdy everybody out in YouTube land. This is amateur artist Mark D. Chandler once again from Man Land, the Ozark Trails. This is the double walled stainless steel 1 gallon container. And yep, it finally failed me. So this is probably the very first time you ever heard a very negative, positive rant on a product, and it's all this guy's fault. Wee bought me this contraption back in Christmas of 2019. Just a few months ago, I actually brought it out and started using it for work. The failure of this Ozark Trail came to me in a very surprising way, because this happened to me yesterday, not today, which is a Saturday. This came to me yesterday, so let me please explain. Friday morning at around about 7 a.m. I put ice into this here contraption. And that ice was all the way to the top. I had left enough room for me to screw the top back down. And I ended up on a journey, a 2-hour trip to where I had to go for work. And that job included me picking up furniture in a town they call Ecru. And my boss man also had to take his trailer, and we showed up there around about 10 minutes before 9 a.m. So that was about a 2-hour transportation for this here ice. Now, it took us about 4 hours before they even started loading our trucks of furniture. So I was in his truck with the AC running, watching a movie. He's got one of them cool little DVD things built into the dashboard. Yeah, he rented out 2 movies. The movie that I watched was actually Midway, and that's a pretty dadgum good movie. But besides that, my truck, this thing was sitting in the heat index of 105 to 110 degrees. Didn't think nothing about it. Jumped back in my truck after we're loaded. We're headed back to Durant to unload those 2 trucks. Showed up at 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Well, guess what, folks? This little gadget right here we bought me, this is one of them cooling towels things, you know, you put water on it, keep it around your neck, you know. I was sweltering. I mean, I was to the point of heat exhaustion trying to unload these 2 trucks in the direct sunlight in the afternoon. And I said, I know what I'll do. I'll grab my trusty old standby, and I'm going to unscrew the cap off. Yeah. And I'm going to tilt this puppy, and I'm going to pour some of that good ice cold water on this here towelette. I call it a chamois. And I tilted it over, and I turned it over more. And then upside down, I had this thing upside down, and I'm shaking it. Not a single drop of freaking cold water came out onto a much needed, very overheated Man Land 121. I was not happy at all. I said, you piece of crap, I expected you to fail a little bit to turn that ice into some type of water that was going to be usable, that I needed, desperately needed. But no, you didn't even do that. So I had to go back inside the store, unscrew the cap, and actually pour water in it to make ice water, so I could sit there and chill myself down from this extremely unbearable heat. Well, let me tell you something, folks. This product failed me. It's not the handle. The handle's still there. It rotates. It's got a good grip. It's not the pour spout here. It works like a charm. Everything works like it's supposed to. It screws down like it ought to, from A to Z. There it is. I mean, it performed its duty. But what it did not do is it did not produce one single solitary drop, not even a minuscule amount of liquid after all that entire day. Did not do it. And that's what I needed, man. I didn't need ice. I needed ice water. So there you go. This is probably one of the worst, meanest positive rants that you could possibly have toward a product. So, what can I say? Now she produces water. There's a certain sequence to do this. Oh yeah, just so the camera can see. And out here, right now, that is ice cold. Very good. And of course, totally drinkable. But only because I added water to it first thing this morning with a fresh thing of ice. Man, that's good. But not yesterday. No. Not yesterday. What I had to do yesterday was pour water in this thing from the faucet in the bathroom. And the water there in Durant you're not supposed to drink because it's got a lot of lead in the water. So this is what I did yesterday. I shouldn't do this now because this is good, cold, ice cold water. I could use this tomorrow because I'm off tomorrow. But I have to show you what I had to do to make it work like I need it to. Now it become a little squeeze. And I like this little chamois deal here. Chamois. Once you get some of the water out, it don't drip no water no further. And man, that makes you lose your breath really quick. And that's what I wanted this thing to do yesterday. But no, it didn't produce no water. So there you have it, folks. A fantastic deal at keeping ice, but one hell of a letdown when you expect water when you need it so desperately. Until next time, this is amateur artist Martin D. Chandler from Manland 121, wishing you and y'all a very happy YouTube experience out there. And remember this, the first day you use this puppy to save your ice, works great. But you expect water later on, you better add some, because you ain't getting no water. Not even in this Mississippi 105 to 107 to 110 heat index ain't gonna happen. You know, I should have took your top off while I was along with you in the truck. Now that would have got you wet.